Well, they only sent us 5.
Doubled and redoubled.
Well, I saved the rubber, didn't I? This could go on all night. The last time I'm going to lose good sleep over a bridge game.
Yeah. A man can't stay up all night and play good polo, too.
What man can't? It hasn't hurt my rating any. Come on. I feel a grand slam coming on.
Jim's right, Brian. You boys will have your hands full at Colorado Springs. I make it 12,000 points. We count the last rubber.
Check. At 5 cents a point, that makes $600. You fellas mind if I give you my IOU? There you are. 300 apiece. Don't say I never gave you anything.
I owe you $300. Look, I'm not trying to be nasty, Kent, but I'll give this back to you for $3 cash.
Don't be ridiculous. I'll give you a check for it just as soon as...
I'll take it. Take yours too, Harry.
Oh, no, Mr. Cruikshank. Why should you pay for this? Just because you're president of the club?
Nonsense. It happens that I owe Brian.
Well, see you fellows at breakfast.
Good night, Harry.
Good night, Harry. I'm going to get a little snooze in.
Yeah, me too. Good night, Jim. Good night.
Good night, Jim. So long, Bob.
Good night. Good night, Bob.
Well, maybe you're right about the sleep. I think we'll have the 4 to make up the birds. I think I'll make about 10 goals. That ought to hold Colorado Springs.
I'd say them Santa Barbara if I were you. Papers there go in for bigger headlines.
I'm not thinking about headlines, Brixie. Oh, clear this off, will you, Porter, and make up the birds?
Yes, sir.
Say, what's that about you owing me some money? Have I overlooked something? I don't remember you owing me any money.
Not money, but I do owe you something. Good straight talk has been coming to you for a long time.
I know. Why Brian Kent? I'm a wastrel and a spendthrift. I've dissipated my father's fortune in 2 years. I've never taken life seriously. I haven't the faintest idea of the value of a dollar, and I ought to be ashamed of myself. Isn't that about it, Cruikshank?
You're pretty hopeless, Brian. How much longer do you intend to be a sponger?
What? That's what you mean, huh? Say, you mean that $600 you paid and the other money I owe you? I've got 3 polo ponies back there in the stall car. I'll turn them over to you. That'll make us even.
Good. I'll take them.
They're yours. That means you've got to pay the feed bills. And you better feed them well because we'll have to borrow the ponies from you.
Oh, no, you won't.
All right, but what good will I be to the team without those ponies? I might as well resign.
I was coming to that, too, Brian.
What's that?
Your resignation from the team.
Resignation? My resignation? I got a good notion to take you up on that right now. That'll give your team something to think about. Colorado Springs next week, Santa Barbara, the East-West Championships. Who do you think you're kidding?
I'm not kidding. The Polo Committee has been wanting your resignation for some time.
You mean? Are you serious?
I had hoped to avoid it, Brian. The boys all talked to me yesterday. You know, you're not dishonest, but you are completely irresponsible. Now, for the past year, you've been exploiting your friends, using your membership in this club to do it. The club isn't willing to put up with you any longer.
I didn't know the fellows felt that way about it.
Well, they do. I'll have to ask you to sign this.
All right, if that's what they want.
I'm really sorry about this, Brian.
For 2 bits, I'd get off of this train right now. There you are, Sam. Invested wisely, won't you?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Where's the best hotel around here?
Hopefully, up that way.
Thanks. Howdy, partner. What do you call this?
Fire engine?
Nice up-to-date town.
Pretty smart, ain't you? It is a smart aleck like you that put this fire engine out of business
How so?
by talking him into buying that contraption.
Oh, I take back everything I said about this town.
You don't have to take nothing back.
What's the matter? Don't you like the new engine?
I hate it. I drove Annie here for 20 years.
Take you 20 years to get anywhere in this engine.
You're just like all the rest of them. Remember, young man, the race ain't always to the swift. I respect this old engine. And he can do just as good today as he ever could. Because he's got downright character.
You know, you remind me of a friend of mine.
Who's that?
Name's Crookshank.
What?
A man named Crookshank. Salt, pepper. Water. Paper.
Stranger in town.
Where do you think you are, at the Ritz?
With this drought going on, I wouldn't give you 5 cents on the dollar for all the ranches in the state.
Well, that's just about what I'm paying for.
But if the drought keeps up, how are you going to feed the cattle?
I'm not interested in cattle. It's the land I'm after. Now, look, Jed. You just do as you're told and leave the business end to me, huh?
Okay, you're the boss. But I still think you're making a mistake.
What, at 5 cents on the dollar?
How's the steak? Fair, very fair. I've had worse. And I've had better.
Don't tell me little Rollo started out this morning and forgot to bring along his lunch money.
Can you imagine? That's just exactly what happened. There you are. I'll take care of you later.
You'll pay this check now.
Sorry, old man. I'll take care of it later. You see, I expect to make some business connections here in town.
Pay, or you've already made your business connections.
Don't be ridiculous. Please, I'd like to see the manager.
Take a good look. I'm the manager.
Well. Perhaps you don't know who I am.
Yeah, you're my new dishwasher. Come on.
Just a minute, please.
You'll pay this check now.
Are you willing to have it on your conscience if I become ill? Very ill? If I wash those dishes, that's exactly what'll happen. I've tried it. I'll get water blisters. Dishwater blisters. It causes my...
Pay your bill or wash them dishes. Joe, fetch the apron.
Possibly I fail to make myself clear. Oh, having some difficulty? Yes. I can't seem to make this gentleman understand that sometimes another gentleman can find himself financially embarrassed.
Well, what's your problem?
Well, unfortunately, I checked my trunks all the way through to Santa Barbara. But I decided to stop off and size up prospects in this town. I may decide to locate here. But I got off the train this morning without any money in these clothes. Can you imagine?
Sure. Same thing's happened to me many times. Here, Phil. Take what this gentleman owes out of that. Is that all right?
That's awfully decent of you. I hope I can return the compliment sometime.
So you're thinking of settling here, eh?
I might, if the right opportunity offers itself.
What's your line?
Brian Kent.
Brian Kent. What's that?
Me.
Oh. Not interested in real estate, are you?
Yes, I might be, if I can find a good proposition.
Well, that's fine. As soon as you get settled, why, look me up.
I'll be very glad to. And thanks for saving my life, Mr. Baxter.
That's perfectly all right.
Goodbye.
What do you think of that guy?
Hey, looks like a four-flusher to me.
Yeah, and he's broke.
You're getting awful soft-hearted all of a sudden. What do you want to pay that guy's bill for?
Well, you never can tell. It might turn out to be a good investment.
16 red. You win again. 16 on the red. There you are. Right there, sir.
Nice work, old man. Lucky money. What's this worth? $10. Okay, sold.
All right. Place your bets now. Get your bets down before the wheel rolls. Get your money down.
Play it on the red.
All right. Hold on. All right. Go ahead, Joe. Spin. There it goes. Watch it. Watch it. There it goes. There it goes. What? 16 on the red. 16 on the red. Watch it. Watch that little ball. 7. 7 on the red. You win again.
Here, buy a drink for everybody in the house.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Tony, I got some good news for you. Your friend Sue Pentis can't ship her cattle on account of not paying her back freight bills.
Why, I could have told you that a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, so you knew it, eh?
Sure.
You thinking of stepping in and helping her out?
I've been considering that, yes.
But haven't you got about all the ranch lands you can handle?
Why, I'd trade half of what I've got for Sue Pennis's place. But Aunt Sue must have been born stubborn. She's hard to talk business to. Besides, I don't think she likes me. But there's more than one way to make folks listen to reason, eh, Jen?
Hello? Yes, right here. Aunt Sue, it's for you. It's from the telegraph office. Telegraph office?
Hello? Yeah, this is Sue Prentice. Telegram from the railroad company. Yeah, read it, please, if you will. Thank you.
What is it?
Railroad company. They won't accept our cattle for shipment until we pay our back freight bills. Almost $3,000.
$3,000?
What they say. Thought it was almost that much. But after doing business with them for 20 years and never going into debt before, I didn't think they'd close down on me now.
You lose again. All right, gentlemen, place your bets. Get your bets down now. All bets down.
This truck key represents $50. Let her ride.
All right, gentlemen, all bets down. Here we go. Place your bets. All bets down now. All right, go ahead, Joe. Spin it. Watch it. Keep your eye on the little ball now. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, who cares? There it is. Single O repeats. You lose again. This represents $50.
What's the hurry? Spin it again. That'll make it 100.
What's this?
His marker for $50.
Go ahead. Tell him it's okay. Baxter will stand good for me.
The only thing that'll stand good for you is $50.
I know. You're going to make me wash those dishes.
No. I'm going to take it out of your hide. What are you waiting for? Stop that guy. Get that guy. Stop it.
There's a lot of stuff in here. I'll leave it with you.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here, and I'm going to leave it with you.
Here, I have some soup for you. Shh. Mr. West, here's some soup.
I'll bet I'm dead.
Shh.
And this is heaven.
Yes, I know, and I'm an angel.
What? Where?
You must rest. If you talk, I'll have to leave you.
But listen.
I mean it now. All right.
Come back. Please come back. I've been dreaming.
Here, Moses. Take some more soup and maybe it'll wake you up.
Who's Moses?
We didn't know what else to call you. We found you down at the river in the bulrushes.
Just like they found Moses.
I'll tell you all about it later. Right now, you must be very, very quiet. Excuse me, Aunt Sue.
So I'm Moses. And you're Aunt Sue.
I'm Betty.
And you're Betty. Betty.
Aunt Sue! Where tarnation is everybody?
Right in here, Bill.
Some varmint's been raiding my bunkhouse, Aunt Sue.
Varmint? What kind of varmint, Bill?
Two-legged, I reckon. Leastwise, I can't find my going-to-town duds.
Maybe it was a wood rat, Bill.
Nothing of the sort. Them pants was a-pressing under the mattress.
Howdy, folks. How do you like my get-up? All I'm short's the horse.
Good gracious. Suffering cats.
Smile when you say that.
So you're the wood rat. You thieving?
Cool off, Bill. I couldn't let him run around in his nightshirt.
I could.
Thanks, partner. You're what I call a friend in need. Don't worry, I'll take right smart care of them.
Yeah, just like you took care of them clothes the first seen you.
Oh, that was different. Thanks for reminding me to tell you about it. I was being attacked by 40, 50, 60, maybe 100 Indians. I mean great, big Indians. It was a running fight, 10, maybe 15 miles. The odds were terrific. I managed to get to the river just ahead of them. I jumped into a small boat and raced down the river, waterfall after waterfall.
You go ahead and fight your Indians. I'm going to round up Aunt Sue's cattle.
You needn't bother, Bill.
Why, I thought...
I've decided not to ship them for a while.
Oh, but they're in prime shape now, and feed's about run out. If we wait another week before getting them to Kansas City... What is it? Them bills you owe the railroad?
You people in some kind of trouble? Anything I can do to help?
Yeah, fork up a couple of $1,000.
What, from these pants? All I can find here is a plug of chewing tobacco. Seriously, is that what you want, money? That's your only problem. It's settled right now. How much do you need?
Bill's right. I need a loan of $3,000.
Now, Aunt Sue, don't you worry a minute longer. With my connections, it'll be a cinch.
Are you serious? And now Bill can round up the cattle for shipment?
I think we better wait till we get the $3,000.
You get busy with those oxen, Bill. I'll have the money by the time they're bunched together. Now, if I get some kind of transportation, I'll go into town and get in touch with my banker.
And use that old truck. It's the only thing running around here.
I'll enjoy driving that. Sure you can trust me with it?
I was going to suggest, Aunt Sue, that if the president of the mint don't get that $3,000, maybe you ought to talk to Tony Baxter.
Don't want nothing to do with Tony Baxter. Been trying to get his hands on this place for more than 2 years.
Aunt Sue's right, Bill.
Well, he's the only one around here got any money. I'm just wondering where that Indian killer expects to raise the money.
Bill doesn't seem to have much confidence in Moses.
Maybe not. But I guess you named that boy Wright.
That dude friend of yours is back in town and wants to see you.
What dude, friend?
The guy you staked to a meal last week. He says it's important.
Oh. Bring him in.
Looks like another touch to me. All right, come on in.
How do you do, Mr. Baxter? How do you do? I've intended looking you up for the past few days, but business pressures, it appears.
No scars from that scrap. Hey, what's the big idea? Going western?
How'd you guess it? I like it here. The wide open spaces. Gives a fellow a chance to breathe. I'm a guest at the Circle V Ranch.
Oh, Sue Prentice's ranch, eh?
Yes. I've decided to let this country adopt me and shed the habiliments of an outgrown civilization.
Well, you certainly haven't overlooked much. What's on your mind?
Oh, small matter, Mr. Baxter, very small matter. You were kind enough to stake me when I first hit this town, and I want to pay you back.
Good.
But I've got to get in touch with my banker first.
What's the matter? Didn't your trunk show up?
As I was saying, I've got a big deal on. It's imperative that I get in touch with my banker in Santa Barbara by telephone. Could you lend me the $4 to make the telephone call?
Well, I don't see why not.
Thanks a million, pal. I'll do as much for you sometime.
So, you're stopping at the Circle D, eh? Is your business deal with Sue Prentice?
Yes, and I think it's going to be a good one. I'm going to raise $3,000 for her. Plenty of security.
Well, she's got a pretty good ranch there. You oughtn't to have any trouble getting the money.
That's what I think.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, what's the sense of phoning to Santa Barbara for money? Why don't you try to raise it around here?
Here's an idea. Say, how about you? You did me a good turn. Why shouldn't I steer this deal your way? Here's one proposition where you can't lose. You know, Baxter, that Circle V could be turned into a Garden of Eden.
Now that's making it pretty strong, isn't it, Ken?
Well, I'll admit I've never seen the Garden of Eden, but I'll bet it never had a better river running right through it than the Circle V has. Someday, Baxter, this community's going to realize the value of that water. Flowing gold to make 3,000 thirsty acres into a paradise.
All right, Kent. You've sold me. I suppose you want Sue Prentice to think the money's coming from you.
Oh, yes, if you can fix it that way.
Oh, that'll be easy. $3,000. And there's the mortgage on the Circle V made out in your name. On the face of it, Sue Prentice owes you $3,000, payable in 30 days. If she signs the paper first, then you give her the money, right?
Well, sure, but where do you come in, Mr. Baxter? I still owe you $3,000.
Well, that's simple. You endorse the mortgage over to me and put it in the bank. And then I'll take care of the rest.
That'll still make you a big shot with Sue Prentice.
I don't like that remark.
Yeah, that was pretty fresh, Jan.
Hope you appreciate what I'm doing for you, Mr. Baxter.
I do. Plenty.
Oh, say, that's no way to handle a horse.
Wait a minute, Sam.
I can't do anything with this old nag of yours.
Well, I'll show you what. Bring him around here. You'll never get him to do anything if you treat him like that.
What do you know about?
Please. Don't do that. I don't like to see a horse beat.
Oh, and get rid of him.
What are you going to do, sell him?
Yeah, what do you want to do, buy him?
Sure, I'd like to have him.
Well, there's no credit on that horse.
I'm not kidding, Baxter. I need a horse, and I'd like to buy that one.
All right, you can have him for $50.
Tell you what I'll do. It seems like taking advantage of your good nature, but I'll toss you for him. Double or nothing.
Well, you're some sport at that, aren't you?
Got a coin?
Sure.
Toss it up. Heads. You lose, and I get the horse. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh. Easy, easy.
Say, Kent, if you'd have lost, how are you going to pay me?
Oh, I was going to take care of it out of my next deal.
Well, I hope you don't break your neck.
The cattle will be in Kansas City in no time now, and sold for enough to pay up everything. You've just about saved my life, Moses.
You've certainly befriended us. We do appreciate it so much.
I'm glad I could have been of some help.
Hey, folks. Where'd this horse come from?
Did you get a horse?
Uh-huh.
Oh, is it yours?
It's a nice looking animal.
You ought to be. Cost me $100. Really?
Nearly $100?
Yep. Nearly.
Oh. Bill, Mr. Kent got the money for us. Take it and pay off all our debts.
Holy mackerel.
Now we can ship the cattle at once.
Say, I guess I had you all wrong.
Start rounding him up, will you, Bill?
Right away, Mr. Kent. Right away.
Oh, and have someone pick up your truck. I left it in town.
Anything you say, Mr. Kent. Anything you say.
I wish we could tell you how happy you made us.
Well, what have you decided to name him?
Well, haven't thought yet. Let's see.
Oh, I know. Why don't you call him Friendship?
That's a good name. You think Friendship could stand another trip to town?
Oh, I'm sure he could.
I promised to return that paper to the bank today. I'd like to come along.
Oh, I'd love to.
All right, you go and get ready, and I'll saddle up your horse.
All right.
Come on, Friendship.
I've seen a lot of wheat fields in my time, but I don't know. This one seems kind of different to me.
Soon, thanks to you, it'll be harvested. You're magnificent, Brian.
Why?
Well, after all, we're practically strangers. Well, you don't know what your kindness means to Aunt Sue and me.
Ah, I haven't really done anything. I mean it.
Well, that's just like you. You don't want us to feel that we're under obligation to you. You should be very contented.
Some way or another, I do feel kind of happy.
You know, I think everyone does. When he does something unselfish for someone else.
Does that always make you feel good?
Well, yes, whenever I do anything really unselfish.
Well, now that you mention it, I do feel awfully good.
Now, look here, you're teasing me. But you're just that kind. You like to give and you don't want to talk about it.
No, you got me all wrong, Betty. I'm not that kind of a fellow at all.
What kind of a fellow are you?
Well, would you like to have me tell you what some of my friends think of me?
Huh?
They think I'm a spendthrift, that I don't know the value of money, that I've never done a useful stroke of work in my life, that I'm thoroughly unreliable and selfish, and should be ashamed of myself.
Oh. Well, they couldn't be real friends, Brian, or they'd know better than that.
I don't know. I have been pretty useless, I guess. Maybe I'm getting next to myself. Can't imagine what's happened to me, but I have a feeling I'd like to get right down to earth and help harvest that wheat.
I'd love to see you do it. Oh, it'll be a great experience. Such a tremendous satisfaction follows the harvest. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but when you think that with your own hands you harvest the wheat, which afterwards is used for bread.
And pie. Do you bake pies?
Some of the flour, and I'll show you.
Good.
If I get into any trouble taking these sick cattle out of here, Baxter's going to take the rap.
Oh, sure, you can depend on him.
Ain't there no other way we can hold these good cattle without mixing them with these sick ones?
Yeah, but that's the way Baxter wants it. Say, if you're going to go yellow on me, I can get somebody else to help me.
Well, I'll help you, all right. But it's his responsibility. Remember that.
That's right. Be careful now. We don't want anybody to see us.
How do you like my follow through?
Are you getting tired?
100 more strokes and I'll make it far.
Well, you go right ahead with that. I'm going in the house to help with supper before you eat up all my apples.
All right. As soon as I finish this, I'll put the horses up. I have to complete my day's chores, you know.
do? What does this mean?
I don't know. Even if they do let the cattle out of quarantine, they can't be marketed in time to pay back $3,000 in 30 days.
Oh, if that's all, I'm sure it'll be all right with Brian. Mr. Kent, he said he'd see you through.
And I suppose he lends you enough more to get in the wheat, too, huh?
Oh, the wheat. Why, yes, I'm sure he will if he can.
Well, I wouldn't be too sure.
Oh, Bill, what's the matter with you? I thought you and he'd made it up.
Yeah, but I just got to thinking. Makes sense, too. Looks to me like somebody maybe mixed some foreign critters in with your cattle.
Bill, why would anybody do a thing like that?
They wouldn't. Unless maybe they didn't want you to get any $3,000 in time to pay off your debt. Then they could foreclose on your ranch.
Oh, Bill, don't be ridiculous. Mr. Kent wouldn't do such a thing.
Well, what did he want with this ranch?
Maybe he wouldn't. Not just for himself. But now that I got to figuring it out, he went to town to telephone and got back with that $3,000 gosh awful quick. And that horse he's been a-riding. I got it. That horse belongs to Tony Baxter.
Bill, how can you even suggest such a thing? You know how considerate Mr. Kent's been.
That's what I'm thinking about. He's been awful considerate. Funny, too. The only cattle around here troubled with anthrax also belongs to Tony Baxter.
Oh, Bill, you're all wrong.
Yeah? To prove it, we'll ask him to extend the mortgage.
He'll do it, too.
Hey, how about some supper? Kitchen's deserted. What's the matter?
Look, read that.
Well, this is terrible.
Yep. Might be awful terrible. You got any ideas?
Let's think of something.
Money for the mortgage now, before it's due. Could you extend it, Brian?
Of course, I'll take care of it right away, first thing in the morning.
We'd like to get it settled tonight.
All right, I'll go right into town now. Get in touch with my banker.
Are you going to see Tony Baxter?
So you can tell him that your scheme worked?
Scheme? What scheme?
You ain't fooling nobody, Kent. When I put them steers in the cars, they were sound as a dollar. The only chance they had of getting anthrax was for Tony Baxter and you to put it there. He's the only one got any anthrax cattle around here.
You're crazy.
I am, huh? But it's the truth, ain't it?
Of course it isn't. It's ridiculous. Betty, surely you don't believe that.
Have you been acting for Tony Baxter all along?
No, I got the money from him all right, but you don't understand.
So it was Tony Baxter's money.
I think I understand you perfectly, Brian. You've been taking advantage of us just because we trusted you. And you place us in debt to Tony Baxter, who's been trying to get this ranch from Aunt Sue for years.
I'll admit it does look like a scheme. And if Baxter did anything to those cattle, I knew nothing about it.
I wouldn't believe anything you said.
You've been trying to make a monkey out of me, haven't you? And I want an explanation about those sick cattle. You're the only one around here whose cattle have anthrax.
Hey, what do you mean by that?
I'm wise to you, Baxter. You're just trying to get hold of that ranch, and you've used me as a tool. I'm the goat.
If you haven't got the $3,000, why don't you call up your banker?
I got a better idea.
No, Betty. The banks ain't lending any money on account of the drought.
Oh, but Aunt Sue, there must be something we can do.
There's got to be something.
Get off the line. I'm talking to Santa Barbara. All right, Santa Barbara. Yes, I can hear you, Santa Barbara. How's that? Okay, Santa Barbara.
Was it Santa Barbara?
Yes, but the party refused to accept the charges.
Are you sure they asked for the right party?
Mr. Crookshank, Hotel Santa Barbara. Of course, if you want to pay it this end, it'll cost you $4, providing you talk fast.
Oh, never mind. I'll get in touch with them some other way. Don't go away. I'll be back.
For the amount of business this restaurant does, I don't see how they use up so many dishes.
Be a lot worse tomorrow. The town will be full of people for the cross-country race.
I've been thinking about that.
You want to make some money, Mr. Kent?
I wouldn't be opposed to it. Why?
A lot of people are betting on Betty Prentice to win tomorrow.
Betty Prentice, is she riding?
Sure. She's riding Dolphin. She won last year. But I heard Phil and Mr. Baxter talking, and they're certain she won't win this time.
What makes them so sure?
Well, I don't know. But I heard Phil tell Mr. Baxter she wouldn't have a chance. What he said was, "Don't worry. That Prentice girl won't have a chance. Not with me in the race."
So Phil's riding too, is he?
Yes, and he's a good rider. So I thought if you bet on him...
Did you hear him say anything else?
No, nothing much. They just went on saying something about harvesting wheat and getting harvest hands and such. Where you going, Mr. Kent?
I'm going to see if they'll take another entry in that race.
Bear this in mind, Bill. If that Prentice girl wins this race, I'll be out of ranch.
Just rest easy. I'll take her. She ain't gonna.
Ladies and gentlemen, this race will be 5 miles. The contestants first riding once around the track, then leaving for the cross-country course. When they return to the track, they will ride once more around it before crossing the finish line. All ready? I have just received word from the lookout that the race is entering the last mile, with Betty Prentice still in the lead. Bill Hanson second, Ryan third. Hey, you, quit that! Polo trick. Brian Kent. You showed splendid horsemanship. Splendid. And it's my pleasure to present you with the first prize of $500.
Thank you.
And you did exceedingly well, Phil.
I'm terribly sorry, Betty. I had nothing to do with crowding you off the road.
Please, let me alone.
I'm going to Grant City Junction. Maybe I can raise enough on them quarantine cattle to harvest the wheat.
Oh, Aunt Sue, do you think
There ain't a chance.
No, there might be. I'm going to try anyway.
Sounds like a wild goose chase to me. Anyway, here's some money for gas.
I don't want
Better take it anyhow.
Thanks, Bill. Well, if we're going to drive that truck to Grant City Junction, we'd better get started.
I'll be a suffering catfish. Where did you get that?
Downtown? Like it?
Is it yours?
11 more payments, that is.
Well, what do you think you're going to do with it?
Bring in Aunt Sue's harvest.
Do you mean it?
Sure, I mean it. It reaps the wheat and threshes it, too. We don't need any hands.
Now I know I had you all wrong. Put her there. Say, do you mind if I get up on that thing? Just for a minute?
Say not. You might as well get used to it. You're going to have to help me run it. Crank her up, Art, and we'll give him a ride.
Well, Bill was right, and we've had all this trip for nothing.
Cheer up, dear. We ain't licked yet. We'll work everything out some way or other.
Yes, I know, Aunt Sue, but I think how we were taken in by Brian. And I thought he was one person I could trust.
Yeah. That's the real disappointment.
Thank you very much.
What's the matter? The engine just quit.
Looks like that dude double-crossed you.
Yeah, I wanted that John Vine harvester myself. I guess I was trying to drive too hard a bargain.
If they get that wheat in, you're going to be kind of out of luck, ain't you?
But they won't get it in. Jed? Which way is the wind blowing?
From the west right now. Say, you ain't thinking of destroying all their wheat, are you?
Why not? It's good land. We can grow another crop. Say, look, Jed, you better go over and inspect that new fire engine. You know, we want to be sure it'll get there if a fire should break out.
I got you.
Do you suppose by any chance you forgot to put gasoline in this thing?
Gasoline? You're right, Bill. It's empty.
Oh, shucks. Just when we was going good.
Never mind. I'll go to town and get some. Think I can haul 5 gallons on a horse?
I think you can do anything. Hey, Art, run over to the ranch and bring back some drinking water.
Okay.
There you are, 5 gallons. That'll be 80 cents.
You'll send another 20 gallons out to the ranch today, sure.
As soon as I can get a truck, Mr. Kent. That's a fire.
Wonder where it is. Let's go find out.
It won't start. Where's the fire?
Wheatfield, Circle B.
Circle V. No use. What's the matter? Somebody's been tampering with the motor. Andy!
Pump water?
And they never failed in 20 years.
Come on.
Circle B.
Hurry, Benny, hurry!
You know what happens to little boys who play with matches, Tony? The only disappointment I got is the United States government will have preference over me.
Government, eh? What'll that mean?
Oh, not long. About 30 years.
30 years? I guess I won't be living to greet you when you get out.
I was wrong.
about Moses. He saved your harvest.